And now we're jumping into part two from part one from the podcast that we was talking about last time. Talking about how I was gonna put them into either three or four different parts. This might just be half and half since I already did part one of the podcast that many of you guys already seen when I said that Edge signed over to the A&W and of course reunited with Christian and now having that arrival on that side. Um, with that being said, that was part one that I informed you guys of what's been happening, what's going on to catch you guys up. So you're kind of with the flow that just a little bit of a reminder, as you know, your host, Queen Crazy K. Be sure to watch, like, follow, and subscribe on both Instagram and YouTube if you haven't already. And if you have, shout out to you, give yourself a pat on the back. And of course, I was talking about getting caught up on my episodes and my podcasts, is how I was gonna get caught up on 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 episodes and podcasts so we're all on the same page by, of course, tomorrow for Monday Night Raw, as to which I'll be doing my Raw predictions and my Night Raw video as I do. And I hate to call it a commentary on my Night Raw because I also give my opinions and thoughts as it goes on Instagram as well. So you guys know what's happening, what's going on, all caught up with that. I did part one of this episode yesterday that many of you guys already seen. It's like 10 minutes just basically giving you information. You guys can check out my new album playlist that I dropped. You can check out my studio rapping video I dropped, actual music video that I dropped called In My World. And you guys can check out that video for updates so you kind of get the disc and get caught up on track. And then this is just a little bit of a reminder. With that being said, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Before and After Thought podcast with your choose always host Queen Crazy K. This is part two of episode 79. So, like I was telling last time, informing that you guys already know and got with that, what to make sense of what I was talking about because it kind of cut off when I was recording on the phone. It kind of, cut off what I was trying to tell you guys. And with the minutes on there, of course, it doesn't give enough time. So I am at my studio, of course, in my bedroom, but it's my studio here on a laptop that I will go all the way on this one. But just in case you're wondering, that one is 10 minutes of part one, and then the goal is 20 minutes to get that half an hour for part two for the rest of this episode of this podcast. So you kind of understand that. Now, with that being said, we had the bump with Seth freaking Rollins, our World Heavyweight Champion, that was on the bump that will be defending his World Heavyweight Championship against the Scottish Warrior, former WWE Champion, no other than Drew McIntyre's at Crown Jewel. And that is what we're on our road and on our way to, is Crown Jewel right now. And then, of course, with the new management, with Nick being the SmackDown manager and Adam Pearce being the Raw manager, had to do that. Switch out, Jey Uso now part of my Night Raw roster, and then Kevin Owens a part of SmackDown roster with the EST of WWE Quickest and Roughest Strongest the Fastest, the BEST of WWE Bianca Belair back on SmackDown just in time for Raw versus SmackDown for a Survivor Series. As we know, that is why we, place with the managers now we know of each program, with the comeback superstars of each program, and of course, now we know who that superstar was that was getting moved to SmackDown just in time for Raw versus SmackDown Survivor Series coming up. But before we get to that, I'll let you know. On our road to Crown Jewel, that obviously takes over overseas in the Middle East and Saudi Arabia, usually over there in that area. They invite the WWE to come over to be able to perform for them. Like, they want it so bad that they will actually pay you more just to go to the Middle East to perform Crown Jewel, our pay-per-view next that is coming up on our road to Now and Next. So with that being said, of course, my money is on Seth freaking Rollins to remain World Heavyweight Champion against Drew McIntyre, but it will be a good fight and a good match to watch, and it should be in the main event, but I don't know if more like they're gonna make it the opening rather than the main event, because then we'll also have Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio for the United States Championship belt. That challenge was said and now accepted, so now it's all about, of course, one of my top favorites of all time, Rey Mysterio, to remain United States champion against Logan Paul and regain his loss from last time to this time, which of course was a few years ago, and Logan Paul won his very first WWE match at WrestleMania. But anyway, Seth Rollins was on the bump, so I wanted to bring that match up in my vote on it since we were talking about it, and of course, update what's going on and kind of put into place in my own head that a lot's happened to get everybody on the same page. With that being said, also, we had Ricochet, a Ninja Warrior, which I like to call, who's just in a match with Shinsuke Nakamura now. I said they're pretty much even at the last man standing match, that they're pretty much square. He was also on the bump, and of course, our great ring announcer, Samantha, was too. And then we had out of character, and we had after the bell, Grayson Waller after the bell, forming this alliance, this tag team with Austin Theory. Now, I think Grayson Waller is one of those guys that he's not afraid to say it to your face, what he has to say, or what he believes in, or whatever. But Austin Theory can back it up, though. There's a difference in saying it and showing with actions. Now, Austin Theory can back it up with action and words. Who is also on the Slim Jim commercial contest going on right now to win a free trip to Survivor Series if you do the best Slim Jim. Why you need Slim Jim in your life commercial. Of course, I love Slim Jim and beef jerkies. That's one of my favorite snacks, that and Monsters. So I'm like, well, that's easy for me to do. I mean, that'd be cool winning a trip to Survivor Series. Now I would be at that Friday night SmackDown the night right before Survivor Series. So, which would take point in Rosemont, Illinois. So with that being said, of course, November 24th, and then on the 25th, that following Saturday, Survivor Series. So with that being said, just wanted to inform you that for those of you who watched my last video when I was on Monday Night Raw live when I was down on the floor, and I got all those good shots and videos and things, so when they were here. So when I did that, you know, I've got this gear over here. I'm going to show my other podcasts doing episodes, since this one is like way behind, but I just wanted to get things off my mind, you know, kind of catching up on the episode and podcast, but also getting with the Today's Society in progress at the same time. So you see why it's going back and forth, you know, back to, oh, this, and this to catch you up, and then, of course, making that episode, that podcast, like I said I would do, and, of course, bringing to now what's going on. You know, like I said, the free trip to Survivor Series. I'll be at that SmackDown before Survivor Series. Live posting those pictures and videos like I did my Night Raw live last week, the week before last week, I mean. And those are my opinions and thoughts on Crown Jewel right now. And then we had former WWE wrestler, you know, had a great tag team. I believe it was with Dolph Ziggler's tag team once upon a time too. It was a good tag team at first. TJ, first, you know, he was on 205 Live and see him. And I see him in a WWE Live wrestling match with this man, Natalia's husband, as we know him as TJ. When we saw him on Out of the Character, you know, I was surprised to see him on Out of Character, because sometimes they do current superstars, and then other times they do even announcers, you know, just to get someone on there. And even Hall of Famers and legendaries, like on the, with Booker T that I've seen on there before. Like, you got, you know, we got The Undertaker, the great man, once in a lifetime guy, Hall of Famer, legendary. The Undertaker returns, not only in the WWE company, but the WWE got to experience The Undertaker and NXT. Now we get to see this Hall of Famer, this legendary, this classic superstar that makes all the matches, all the moments of why we pay a ticket to watch WWE. See him from the past come into the now society, getting to be right there on NXT, and with the breakout superstar in NXT, Brian Baker. And of course, showing he still got with the choke slam. All into one episode, all into one little, not even 5 minutes. So, of course, we know he has his one last man show going on. That's going to be aired on that around that same time, too. But that would be right before Survivor Series when I'm at SmackDown. And I show them videos because I really like those ones because I can hear them. I'm right there on the floor. You can hear it. Sometimes that's why that music sounds a little blurry because I guess it's too close to the speaker. I know it's too close to that fire because that fire is hot. No wonder why they only do it for a short time and stay a certain way because that fire is hot. You can feel it clear over here. Imagine being right next to it. So when they come out and do the entries in the fireworks are fine, you know. I can hear the fireworks right there by my ears and be fine, and you know, dance to the music and get the entries and the matches and all that stuff. But like the fire part, that stuff is hot. It's actually real fun going on, and we can feel it clear over here. I know you feel it when you're right next to it. And of course, I was almost right next to it because I'm over here where the big camera is, and then you're right here on the stage diagonally from you. So imagine, no matter how they get that thing fast there, bringing the fire, bringing the thunder, bringing the crane entries. I love doing those videos. So can't wait till I get to experience that live and get to do that right. And then of course in February before I moved, like I was talking about, I would get that St. Louis, Missouri Monday Night Raw live video as well. So a couple things to think about. A couple things that, you know, catch up and give yourself something to do. Watch my podcast, album playlist, listen to it. You know, just chill and relax. And also some updates on what's going on now versus future presidents and residents as well. But of course, I'm going to have my Halloween rapping video as we are, now it's the 22nd, 31st coming around the corner, Halloween. Of course, I'm going to do my Halloween rapping video as I said I would do. Got some new props and some new stuff to do my Halloween rapping video that'll be coming out at the end of this month. And of course, a Halloween podcast that'll be coming out this end of the month. And Halloween short story things. Might not do my 31 days Halloween. All the movies I've seen, post that as well. So just some things to, by the end of this month, with me catching up on these episodes and all these podcasts, Halloween rapping video, Halloween short stories, Halloween podcast, and Halloween short story videos with the 31 days, 2 Halloween movies I see, including the new ones, also will be done all by the end of this month. The process to get through, and that's why you want to subscribe to my channel and check them out right there. And then, because it's going to go fast, it's going to swirl your brain, you're going to have to play catch up too. That's where you get those weekends. Like I like to usually do these on the weekends, not Sunday. I usually like to do them Friday or Saturday. Sometimes I've done them on Monday if it's one episode, you know, right before the show and stuff, or I do it right after it. But in this case, it's Sunday, and I was like, well, I already did the part 1 of that. I might as well get part 2 done because I wanted to finish it out yesterday, but that I didn't get to that. It didn't happen. So, of course, I was talking about I was watching the game and stuff. So, of course, I watched my, you know, from my hometown. So, had to sit there and support my Nebraska team that beat Northwestern yesterday. So, my hometown have won. Glorious. Shout out to that and a pat on my back because I'm from there. And with that being said, watching my Chiefs today, 5 teams at the number 1. You know, speaking football season, I love football. I'm not a real basketball fan. I don't know, you guys heard me say that before. Of course, I know the GOATs of basketball, but I'm not a real basketball fan. Love this time of year, I watch and enjoy football. And like I said yesterday when I was doing that episode of that podcast, I watched my Nebraska football team beat Northwestern. Of course, my favorite college team, though, even though I'm from Nebraska, my favorite college team is Michigan, the Wolverines. Their team is good. So I like watching them. They're great. As a college team. Otherwise, I usually watch NFL, like my Chiefs playing today that I'm going for against LA Chargers. Now that's why some of the 5 top teams. Then we got my Chiefs today now in the Lions, for example. Now the Detroit Lions already beat my Chiefs. That is the top 5 teams. But if my Chiefs win today, they can get that first playback against the LA Chargers when they win today, I should say. And then that would put the Eagles and the Dolphins. And the Dolphins have been scoring like crazy, making history. So if they get booted out by the Eagles today, it's not a loss. And if the Eagles get booted out. The Chiefs beat them last year for the Super Bowl. That'll leave San Francisco and the Chiefs to head to the Super Bowl this year. Now, I'm just playing the wild cards right now. Every little step, just trying to process where it makes sense. Since there are top 5 teams, that's how I see it for the Super Bowl this year. Of course, I had to go for my Chiefs because that's my #1 team. Had to bring that up since it's football season. I had to talk about a little bit of football. And since, talk about yesterday, that's what brought it all up. That's how we got to that point and to that session. Now, with that being said, not a lot of time here. Gonna finish out, just showing this. Might just scan through a couple of the videos instead of showing it straight through. And there is some rap videos on here that many of you guys already seen. Now, I wanted to show you guys it, but either I'm going to skip it, you guys can check it out on my guess, or I will just skim through them just a little bit, like kind of like a step net. I wanted to show you this first. With my when I raw predictions and when I raw video, and including WWE Live and Fastlane and all that stuff. So had to just add that in there a little bit with my raw predictions, raw results, SmackDown predictions, SmackDown results, WWE Live, even after Raw and SmackDown went off air, and including Fastlane. Had to throw that all into one. And of course, there's updates as you saw in there. It was different holes, different screen, just kind of put together because I wanted to see who you thought was the better spears and stuff. That's what the question was, and I think that you got Roman Reigns who does spears. You got Jey Uso now who learned from Roman Reigns to get them spears, and you got Goldberg who does them spears. You got the Rated R Superstar Edge. I think the Rated R Superstar Edge, who's now part of A&W Hall of Fame, is the best at spears. The most impact those spears would be that man right there, Bobby Lashley. Or Brock Lesnar, since, Brock Lesnar's the beast. He's the beast at spears, but I watching Jey Uso do it on Raw, main event Uso. And of course, Dragon Lee is officially a part of Friday Night SmackDown now. And the Usos, Virgo celebrating their birthday like me. Virgo still wants to put that out in the field. LA Knight, yeah! Making this great tag team with John Cena now on his way. Put in so much work, and now he's on his way to versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship belt. I think Crown Jewel now. Yeah, Crown Jewel now. Seth Rollins and John Cena having that alliance and that friendship, winning a tag team in their life together. That's so many memories with them and Authority, and now on the same team winning a tag team together. Of course, enjoying it at the casino. Getting a place and getting out of the fun. Not like that, doing that on the weekend. Win or lose, I mean, you still have fun though. Because I like to play video games. You guys see some of my videos. I'm a gamer, an entertainer, and host my podcast interviews, and also do my album playlist, and also rapping the studio snippets. So, when I talk about my album playlist that I dropped, that I'm sure all you guys already heard over the weekend, gave something to do before I started talking about my football, because that's what I was watching yesterday while I'm doing the rest of this part 2 today. But also with that team playing today, that's my team chief to beat the LA Chargers, and that's how I look at it with the 5 top teams. So that would be my Raw prediction, Raw results, and WWE Live all together and behind the scenes. So that kind of wraps that up, just in case you don't know what's going on. And this would be the rest of it with Friday Night SmackDown prediction results. Of course, Raw Talk, Talking Smack, watching on Pink Card Me, I watch it for on YouTube. I want to share the results that have been happening going on since this month with increasing the short videos. That I got like 3,000 hits on short story videos in just a day. So I wanted to thank you guys for that and let you guys know I appreciate that. So of course I shared it. And thank you guys for watching, liking, and sharing, subscribing, all that good stuff on both Insta and YouTube to get the updates and to check out like my outpost and there, because that was awesome. And of course, I still rap me on actually rap me. So this is the one just kind of scam through, you know. I was at David Buster's playing, and of course getting the Halloween spirit with it being Halloween, from my Halloween rap video coming up, and then how superstars and returns are happening, that championships was exchanging and things like that too. You guys should check out those rapping videos I was talking about too. Well, every chance John Falls made such nice ass returning the Raw, Undertaker returning to NXT, and now John Cena and I forming this tag team on Friday Night SmackDown, and of course with our managers for Raw vs SmackDown Survivor Series coming up. But on our way first to Crown Jewel.
He's funny. I think he is.
And this is what I was talking about, like my rapping video, sup. Why you trying to fuck with me? Is that mad? You mad, bitch? Because I work harder than you, I work smarter than you, I wait smarter than you. You do hustle so hard that you chuck on the camera and everybody can see. 2 weeks. So you guys can check out the full rap video on my channel. Go ahead and subscribe and check that out. Along with my own, which has these songs on it too. I'm gonna show you the comments. I'm gonna show you the balance. I'm gonna show you the foul beats of round. I'm making round 2 and round 2. And this one is called Yeah. Cause that is yeah. This is when I went to Morgan Wallen's concert, so I just kind of put that on the screen because I thought that was fun. Fucking self. I put you on the belt, put you on a pedestal, put you in the third, put you back in the corner, respecting that part. You put like you try to come through. Think you. This is called I Got Through. This I was talking about how, you know, the top 5 team with football being the number 1. That WWE is actually the number 1 sports in America.
Singles action, or B. Even with the
we're changing the game with Triple H, and you saw that he was there as well to celebrate. I can't wait to watch her and watch the show. I know they're supposed to do a TV show like coming out, and I was looking forward to watching it, but I haven't seen anything about it anymore yet. And of course, get to work in paint. Going through Morgan Wallen's concert I was talking about, dropping some rapping videos, a studio video, another rapping video I have on playlist, you know, that sort of stuff. And a little bit of SmackDown, of course, United States Champion stuff. Raven Sterling, United States Champion, taking on Logan Paul, Crown Jewel. Seth Rollins World Champion, defending it against Drew McIntyre at Crown Jewel, and then Roman Reigns, a tribal chief, who I here got to take a picture of fan when I was in Kansas City this past weekend as well for a WWE live show. I like telling him that about the Chiefs playing today. Fans got to meet with them. That'd be awesome. That'd be cool. And that's close to my hometown. I could have went to that. But I'll go to Rosemont, Illinois on Friday Night SmackDown right before Survivor Series makeup. Go to Survivor Series and then St. Louis to Monday Night Raw makeup for the Kansas City one. So there's also one coming up in Des Moines, and I know I went to that one in the Kansas City when I got to see the American Nightmare in Kansas City, see Seth Rollins, and when I went to Des Moines, and then went to the one in Lincoln when I got to see the Usos. Like I said, I'm going to the one Friday Night SmackDown right before Survivor Series. Make up for Survivor Series because those tickets is more expensive than what I, had at the time. So that's what I got. But I'm on the floor, so it'll be good. Just like that, just like the Monday Night Raw when they was here in Omaha that I did. So it'll still look good. And then I'll be in the St. Louis, Missouri one for Monday Night Raw. So that'll be the last one before I move. It'll be the last one. I just wanted to bring up that Kansas City one because they was like so close to my hometown. And I was like, oh, I wish I was able to be right there, That's something that I could have went to, but and then they have one in Des Moines coming up again too. And check that out, the little catch up on some. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to watch, like, follow, and subscribe on both Instagram and YouTube. Queen KZK out. Peace.